Good day and welcome, my name is Drake598 Shadow and I am here today to give you a little bit of a tutorial on each class in Space Hulk Deathwing. I figure the best way to do that will be just give you a short demonstration on how each one sort of plays. So I guess we'll start with the
We finally
heavy weapon
found
specialist.
the artifact that I had seen, and perhaps was the source of the visions that beset the Librarius. In the ancient Dark Angel ship, we uncovered a conservation chamber that held ancient gene seed from the Legion of the Lion, a gift of the Emperor's genius. Even as we celebrated this discovery, a terrible brood lord, the final evolution of gene stealers, assailed us, and we only vanquished it with much difficulty and loss. Our brothers came to our assistance, and with them we secured Caliban's will to ensure that no gene stealers would seize the precious gene seed.
So the heavy weapon specialist is primarily a crowd control guy for the squad. He does have access to the largest weapons and the most powerful ranged weapons. However, he is a little bit more fragile than some of the more close combat people. With a lot of his weapons you can't alternate between firing and using your melee, as they are fully automatic. I'll give you a look at some of his weapon loadouts. I do not recommend the Redemption pattern or really the Spear of Caliban for this guy, as those two weapons for the heavy weapon specialist are a little bit lackluster. The plasma cannon, while a bit slower, has a lot more firepower, as you can see, than the Spear of Caliban. The Vengeance has a lot less ammo than the assault cannon, but it is a lot more powerful, and the anti-armor is a lot greater as well. So I think we will just go for the nice mid-range Vengeance. As you can see, the abilities do take a little while to come up. Most of them are over a minute. As you can see, he does have a mine ability. You can have up to 3 of those in one area at once. You can even place them on walls, so that is a handy little feature. He is a little bit of a spray and prayer, unless you're using, say, the plasma cannon. He does have a pinpoint accuracy skill, which, as you can see, just came up there. And that I find is very handy for dealing with turrets at long ranges, if you really need to. It's also very effective at taking down some of the larger foes, but ideally you should not be getting this guy too close to any larger foes. You should be taking them in doorways or ladders, walkways, those sorts of things. It's been a little while since I used the heavy weapon specialist. My primary focus these days tends to be either chaplain for resurrecting people, apothecary for healing people, or the assault specialist for taking down big foes. As you can see, I sort of chose number 6 because it's a little bit Chapter 6 because it's a little bit quick. Fairly fun, and there's not too many enemies to overwhelm you, so it should give each character a chance to sort of do a little bit of their own shine. The Vengeance is probably my third favourite weapon with him. Plasma Cannon would be first, and the Assault Cannon would probably be second. Why he is great at dealing with crowds at long range, you really don't want to be having to focus down any sort of pinpoint, as his weapons do get rather hard to control without skills. That being said, the Vengeance launcher is a lot more powerful than the Assault Cannon, so you have to use a lot less shots to put each target down, which is kind of handy. The shotgun that is available to him could be used, but I kind of don't see the point. Like, if you're gonna use the shotgun, why not pick someone else? This guy has access to weapons that nobody else has access to, so you might as well use them. And they are all effective in their own right. Like, the Plasma Cannon, for instance, yeah, if you have the increased reload capacity as a perk, you can quite easily stagger any of the big opponents almost indefinitely. It might take you a little while to put them down, but you could do that. So I'll just show you the Bullet Storm, which gives you increased sort of rate of fire at a rapid. And that will go off, and we'll use the pinpoint accurate. Didn't even realise I needed to reload there, so let's go swap weapon. So, this time I've gone for the Plasma Cannon. You can see how effective that can be on larger enemies. You do just have to remember to watch your areas. It's also been a little while since I really used portals. Forgot that I can't enter them twice. That's okay, we should fairly easily make it through all this to the next objective. Unless he wants to catch us. And there goes the Broodlord. A very uneventful match today. This guy is basically just going to be your crowd control sort of unit. And long range specialist, but not precision long range. That is a key difference. Like, he'll be great at taking out a swarm of enemies down a hallway, but he's not going to be great at taking down a turret down that hallway. Depending on his weapon configuration, of course. As you can see, the Devastator does well by virtue of firepower more than his own toughness. aim there. His plasma cannon probably is the most accurate out of all his weapons, for sure. He can definitely be a nice joy to use. Especially when playing with a nice group of friends. It's not as taxing to use this guy as some of the other classes, as say an apothecary or something like that. As your only focus is dealing damage.
Ship will fire once you've evacuated the area.
So why I didn't show you the assault cannon, just be aware that it is a slightly weaker version of the Vengeance launcher, but it has a lot more rounds. It has 600 rather than 95, or 97, sorry. So I hope you have enjoyed this little look at the heavy weapon specialist. He's a pretty good class, so not a lot to focus with. Just your main primary objective is to deal as much damage as possible with him. So you can't really go wrong in a squad. Yeah, there's pretty much always a squad that is looking for a heavy weapon specialist. So thank you very much for tuning in. I have been Drake598 Shadow. Have a great day all.